I'm Connor Northup, and joining me today is Cage Fury Fighting Championships featherweight champion James Gonzalez. How you doing, James?
Hey, how's it going, Connor? I'm doing good. And
Good,
yourself?
good. And I know, like when we were kind of setting this up, you had mentioned that you have a lot of time on your hands. So how are you spending your days during this pandemic going on right now?
Oh yeah, I know. Honestly, it kind of like it's bad, but it kind of happened at a good time because I kind of threw my back out a little bit, so I haven't been able to train for the past week and a half anyway. So I can't really complain about training. I've had some time to actually really take off of because I'm in the gym all the time anyway. So sometimes you got to know when to step away from it, and this kind of forced me to be home anyway. So I'm actually feeling a lot better. A lot of nagging injuries that I had kind of just went away just because of the lack of I guess pushing myself over the past 2 weeks. But yeah, the coronavirus, I was hoping my coach Ray Longo and Matt Serra, they were telling me initially these next three cards that were supposed to happen for the UFC, they were having like visa issues with people because of the whole scare and everything. So they were going to do everything at the Performance Institute, and they told me to be ready, but then they just ended up scrapping that. But yeah, besides that, it's unfortunate, with the pandemic, but no, it's a good time to just, recoup the body because I have been training nonstop, working nonstop for the past like year now, not really taking any breaks. So it's good to, be able to relax at home a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's good you can find like a positive out of something like this too, because a lot of people aren't able to see it like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and now I also saw too that I saw you had posted that you just got back from what was it Sarah BJJ in Puerto Rico. I mean, did you just get back like before this all happened, or?
Oh, no, no, no. That I actually went to Puerto Rico about 2.5 years ago or 2 years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
And everyone was posting like their what's it called? They're posting screenshots of their flight prices or whatever right now.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, oh, it'd be nice to go to Puerto Rico. And you know how Facebook, they have that whole, oh,
Yeah.
look at this memory. You want to share this? And I just wanted to give a shout out to my Sarah BJJ Puerto Rico brothers and sisters out there, hoping they're okay.
All right. Yeah, I thought you had just like made the cutoff or something. I was like, that's why I was like, I gotta
Oh,
ask
no,
about
I,
that.
I can't wait to go back though. Puerto Rico is a beautiful, beautiful island, you know.
Yeah. What was the experience like there, like going to train?
Oh, it was really good. The Edgar Irizarry, I think is his last name.
Mhm.
He's a really good guy. He's been with the team for I think like 6 or 7 years now. I've known him for a while, but open arms. He has a really nice academy slash dance studio down there, and all the students are really great. It's in like Cabo Rojo, and yeah, it's definitely another thing I want to get done in the next year or two is going back down there and meeting up with all the guys there.
Yeah, awesome. And now you're obviously the CFFC champ, and so what's it feel like, kind of being that top guy after kind of being the guy who was climbing his way to the top for a while.
Well, it's a for me, it's like it's about time. I've had opportunities to, besides CFFC, to fight for a pro title. And they slipped through my hands. I'm happy the third time was the charm. I was lucky number three, and I was able to get the job done. But like with all the guys I fought, like even my first fight against Trezano, the guy was like number one amateur in the state. Like I've never had like a gimme fight. Every guy that I think I've always been the underdog in like almost every fight I've been in. But like I've never shied away. They're like, oh, this guy's a tough guy. You want to fight him? I've never been like, oh no, no, let me get my record up or anything. I've always took tough fights, and I think that's what prepared me for this win, this past CFFC was just always taking tough fights, always fighting the top guys in the division and or in either division, like, and I was just as prepared as I could be for a short notice fight on 6 days, just because of the experiences I've had, and then I'm just always in the gym training anyway.
Yeah. What is the biggest difference from those first opportunities that you talked about to this last one?
About 5 or 6 inches. But no, the guys I did fight, Chisano and Bill Algio, they are on the bigger side of the 45-pound weight division, which isn't even my division no more. I've always been a small 45er. Making 135 with a proper diet was, if not as hard or a little easier than 45, because I wouldn't walk around so heavy. I would stay a lot leaner. I would watch what I'm eating more. So I think my body was able to lose the weight a lot easier. But yeah, that's just that.
Yeah. And Alec, what is the kind of future like, for you? I mean, are you looking to? Because I know after you had beaten Sabatini, you had said that you would like to get the bantamweight title. But I mean, how's this kind of work now with, obviously you have that 145 title. What would you like to do next?
Well, I really, if I'm not taking a short notice fight for the UFC or anything like that, I would really like to fight for that 135-pound belt. Rob Haydak, he told me after the fight, hey man, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Thanks for, coming through and saving the show for us. We'll pay it back to you. It's fine. I really want to be the first, simultaneous 35 double champ in CFFC. I don't think anyone's done that before, and I'd like to get an opportunity to fight for that 135-pound belt. And be a double champ. And then from there, I wouldn't mind going back up to fight, to defend the 45-pound belt. But I'm really interested in getting that credential under my name and show these guys that I can be the champ at 45 or 35.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know this kind of started too with you had texted the promotion asking for a chance. I mean, did you ever think that they were going to respond with, here's a shot, against Sabatini for the title?
No. Initially, when I was texting Arias, I think he's one of the promoters at CFFC. I was texting him, hey, if you need a last-minute 45-pound fight or 55-pound fight, let me know. Like, I'm down to fight. I've been training. I'm just because really, it's not so much about making the money for me right now. I'm treating it like college. So if I can just get an opportunity, and fight and build up my credentials and everything and gain some experience, like that's what really matters to me right now. And that's why I was so open to fighting so short notice, because I'd rather have a fight than not have a fight and not be competing at all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I texted him like that Saturday or whatever, and he was like, "Look, dude, the championship fight, the contender, he fell out. Do you want to take it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it right now." He's like, "You want to talk to your coaches first?" I'm like, "They will understand." And I said, "Just give it to me right now and I'll figure it out." And it was good too, because I already had some teammates fighting on the card anyway, so it wasn't like I had to, figure out, who's going to come, or how to figure out how to get everyone to the place the next week, because they were already going to be there. So it just worked out in my favor that way. But yeah, I think maybe I fought short notice close to 4 times already. My first fight was short notice. My third fight was short notice. This past fight was short notice. I think one other time was short notice. I'm not sure, but I'm used to fighting short notice, so it's really not like a big deal for me.
Yeah, and the fact that, I mean, I know you said that you want to fight 135, but the fact that it, was kind of a bizarre finish too. I mean, would you be open to fighting Pat in an immediate rematch?
Yeah, that's fine. It's not so much like I don't want to defend the belt. But the thing is, I understand this game is unpredictable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could defend this belt, and if I win, I can go down to 135 and I can fight for that belt. Or if I lose, then I can, go down to 135 and not be a simultaneous champ. And it's an opportunity I'm not gonna get multiple times, where I'm going to be a champ in one division. I have the ability and opportunity to fight in another division and get 2 belts. So I kind of want to put, the pressure on CFFC to let me do that, because that's kind of what they told me. But honestly, I wouldn't mind fighting Pat again. I'm happy that like I found out that his injury is not as bad as it seemed. Apparently, only his shoulder was dislocated and his elbow was dislocated. So he
Okay.
didn't tear any tendons or break any bones, thank God, and he was able to get a quick turnaround. I don't know how quick he'll be back in the
Yeah.
cage from that. I don't see, like, yeah, it's just a shoulder dislocation and elbow dislocation, but this is still an injury. This is still time off. So I don't know how quick he would want to make a turnaround to get back in the cage. But they threw a few names at me for 145, and I told them, look, I have no problem fighting at 145, but I would prefer, especially since um, I'm walking around a little lighter now. It's pretty much, 135 is the new weight class. So I kind of be doing myself a disservice to take an immediate rematch at 45. But if that's what it comes down to, and if the money's right,
Yeah.
cool too, because, the first one is no problem. But if you're, like if I'm gonna fight who you want me to fight, then I have to make a little money from that, right?
Yeah. And at what point did you kind of realize that his arm was kind of like out? Because I mean, like you say, he didn't tear any ligaments. Like that comes as like a big surprise because I mean, his arm was like really twisted.
Yeah, so it was a quick fight or whatever. When we both went to the ground and I got that position, especially for jujitsu guys, the underhook is like God. You need an underhook to control the distance to keep your opponent pinned to the mat, and this is just one of those techniques where I use what you need against you. And sometimes when guys haven't maybe run into that particular technique before or submission, you can catch guys. And I was like, okay, let's go for it. He has the underhook. I put the foot on the hip, I threw the leg over the shoulder so he can posture up. And I think that, like me initially, I don't have from the angle I'm in, I don't have the ability to rip your shoulder out of its socket. It's when he went to stand up and pull his
Yeah.
arm, like he tried just ripping his arm free, and that's what initially caused the dislocation. And then as soon as that happened, like you hear it. It's not something that's not loud. Like it's like pop pop crack when it comes out. And then like a lot of people were asking me, oh, what'd you say when, like, as this was happening? It was like I was just telling the ref, like, look, man, his arm is broken. I'm gonna let go. And because he wasn't tapping or yelling or whatever, then to ref said, I can't stop. You gotta keep going. And that's when I had to like really apply the arm bar to I guess that's when that dislocated, his elbow dislocated. But I really didn't want to do that. I was trying to get off of him as soon as possible. But then I let go, and the ref saw his arm moving all weird, and then they called the fight. But no, I'm happy that he had the best case scenario injury to have. So heal up quick, Pat.
Yeah. And then just one of my last questions too is, you obviously had Aljamain Sterling in your corner, and he's won the belt. You've seen that. So, how's it kind of compare? Like, for you, does it mean more the fact that you saw someone who what they were able to do after winning the title to now kind of being in a similar spot?
Yeah, look, I gotta thank Aljo so much, man. This guy's, pre-fight pep talks really get you pumped up. He's always there at the gym. You ask him for anything, he's always down to help you out. He's a great training partner. Unfortunate that his hand's a little messed up right now, but he's had all that PT and everything, and he's getting very strong. He's back to training now. So, but yeah, like even my last fight, he was just telling me like, look, James, this is your time. You got to get in this guy's face. Don't let him think that it's gonna be an easy fight, and just push the pace and deal with it as it happens. And like that, and the energy, like it's not like he's just saying these things. Like it's like he's giving you the words with energy, and like they just enter you, and it's great. And my coach Eric Heyer, like he's the best. Like he's my striking coach. He's taught me so much with the striking, because initially when I started fighting, I was just a jiu-jitsu guy. I didn't even practice striking. I was like, I'm just gonna go in there and show off my jiu-jitsu skills and try and, just submit everybody. And in the year I've been working with Eric, man, like my just being comfortable and confident and just understanding how striking works, like especially because I never really took any private lessons with the striking. Like it's really just made leaps and bounds with my MMA career all around. And yeah, I'm just more confident to stay in the pocket and really exchange with guys now. I'm not like kind of lowering my head like in my amateur days or like the beginning of the pro, where sometimes you kind of try and look away, or you duck your head because you worry about getting hit. That's definitely not a issue with me no more.
Yeah. And then anything else that I didn't touch on that maybe you thought we would talk about, we didn't?
I think one thing I'd like to get across is, yeah, just I know I mentioned it before, but just I want that opportunity to do that double championship for CFFC. I think it would definitely skyrocket me right into either that contender series, or maybe just take the UFC giving me an opportunity for like a short notice fight or some kind of local event they have, and yeah, I just really want those. I want to hang 2 belts in 2 different weight classes. that's the thing I really want most, is just the 2 weight classes, because I'm fighting at both of these weight classes. So it'd be nice to have a belt in each one.
For sure. All right. Well, James, thanks for the time, and take care and stay healthy through this time.
Yeah, Connor, you too. I hope you and your family, are healthy, and don't go outside, right? Say it, everybody.
Social distancing.
Yeah,
6 feet.
Yeah. Once these viruses find a way to go through technology, then we're all screwed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, Connor. Be safe, buddy.